Hey everyone, with the release of the latest controversial update for one of PlayStation's most controversial games, I really wanted to cover the NECA 2-pack that I bought some time ago from Amazon, in which I was sold purely on the accessories front. I'm a very big fan of video game merchandise because compared to the amount of figures that we get for movies, video games does feel like an untapped market. This is the NECA Player Select 2-pack of The Last of Us Part 2 figures, Joel and Ellie from that respective title. The box was shipped from Amazon, so it is a little bit beat up on the sides here. We have The Last of Us Part 2's main poster here on the front, and the back of the box here shows us some of those features that recreates more promotional imagery from the game. The set features Joel and Ellie as they appear in that second game, and like I said, the accessories are jammed packed, which is what sold me on this set overall. I like the styles here, though I would have preferred a set based on the first game personally, mostly because I think that Joel's design from part 1 is a better look, and I would have liked to have seen that figure. The box here also has the team who worked on these figures in the credits, which is also really nice to see. You can open the box up to reveal our figures with some more nice artwork on the doors here. Ellie is on this side and Joel on the other. They look really great on the inside, and the quality of the NECA toys that I personally have meant that I was really excited to get these in hand. I paid less for these than the average Marvel Legends 2-pack on the NZ market, so already I was seeing something that looked like it would be of higher quality for me. Here they are out of their box. The accessories are all behind these plastic shells here in the packaging to keep them in good condition. This is my third NECA box set of figures I have from the Player Select line. Like I said, I love video game merchandise, so these will go great with the rest of my gaming collection. Out of the box here, they stand at just 7 inches tall, and I have all their respective weapons and accessories laid out in front of them. Really, each item can be used for either character, but I've separated them to be with who I think the respective played character is. The detail on all of these accessories looks really great. Ellie is your playable protagonist of part 2. She's got some really nice details throughout, like a rubberized material used for her shirts, which gives an immediate contrasting difference to the material used for her jeans. Nice worn details on the shoes there and her pants, which could be either bloodstains or mud, or maybe a mix of both. There's a couple of rips there as well. Soft rubber-like material used for the shirts and more stains throughout. I like all those crinkles as well. A harder plastic used for her sleeves and key details that make up her tattoo and her bracelet there. The shirt is tucked up on the back here with some more crease lines and some slightly darkened colour patches resembling scuff marks. Great details all around, but the face likeness is a bit hit or miss for me. That head, ignoring the likeness, is a really good sculpt, but I don't think it resembles the video game character very well. I have a good amount of NECA figures, and some of them do have really good likenesses, and some of them don't, unfortunately. Articulation, the box did point out that there's over 30 points here, so there is a good amount to go over. Full head articulation, which is always nice to see. Her arm can move upwards, but only to around about there, and then it gets a little bit tricky for me. Rotates too for her lower arm here, and bends in the elbow. She does also have wrist movements and bends and rotates here as well. The exact same thing can be said for the other arm entirely. Everything moves the same way. She has some rotates in her waist here, and her legs are on ball joints, so the movements can go outwards and upwards. Bends in her knees and some rotates there too. Finally, for foot movements, we have bends and some slight rotates as well. Standing test, both figures are okay after some adjustments made. Now, Joel impressed me pretty much right away. That stocky build is immediately different from Ellie, which makes both figures very interesting and unique for me. Joel has a lot less end-of-the-world details on him, no scuff marks or stains of either blood or mud around him, just a clean-cut survivor. He too uses a rubber-like material for his jacket and his blue shirt. I really love the contrasting materials that are used on action figures for clothing like this, and hard plastic is used for his jeans and for his sleeves. Face likeness-wise, I like this one more than the Ellie figure. I don't think he quite captures the age of Joel in this game specifically, but it's closer than the Ellie likeness. I'm not a fan personally of facial hair that's molded into the necks of action figures like this. I've seen some similar designs on Wolverine action figures. It doesn't match the way that the facial hair is molded on the face. Joel's articulation is a bit more substantial, full rotates on the head just like Ellie, full arm rotates and bends outwards as well. His elbow features a nice double bended joint, so he can bend in both the lower and the upper arm here, with some rotates as well. His hands feature the same articulation as Ellie's, bends in the wrists there. The same thing can be said for the other arm entirely. He's got some rotates in his waist as well, and ball joints in his legs, allowing him to move upwards and outwards. Bends in the knees and rotates here too. As for his feet movements, rotates and some slight bends too. Standing test, he is a bulkier figure, so it is a little bit easier to have him stand. And now we get to move on to the accessories, which is the best part and highlight of the set. First up are these firearms here. I have a nice revolver who I believe is supposed to be paired with Joel. It was his signature weapon from that first game. Ellie's pistol is this one here. It's a 9mm of sorts. Really great detailing here as well. Joel also includes his shotgun, again, looking really great. I would have loved to have seen some interactive features on the firearms here, like some reloading features of some kind, but the highly detailed static piece is more than enough. Ellie comes with her hunting rifle, which also has a shoulder strap just like the shotgun. Again, those key details, all 4 firearms look really great. Onto those melee weapons, we have a few here for both characters. This machete is for Joel, it feels like the more basic of the bunch here, and Joel also has this axe here with some nice grained details. Ellie has this machete with some bloodstains that have been smeared throughout, and then she also has her small little pocket knife, which she uses in the game in place of the shivs from part 1. But speaking of, you do also have a small shiv which could be used for either figure. Our final weapon included here is a bow and arrow. The bow is really well designed with an actual string here, and it's complemented nicely with 4 little arrows that if you line them up right, you could even have them interacting with the bow. We also have different pairs of hands for each figure. Joel has 2 but Ellie has 3. The hands are all just different types of interactive hands to hold onto each accessory. None of them are resting or gesture like hands. And our final accessory here is the inclusion of Ellie's backpack. I really love getting accessories like this to change up a character's style. The bag has some really great texture details, and the zip is even partially open for storage. I'm going to put on her backpack now, which is really easy to do with the rubbery-like straps, and it fits really well onto her. It's been molded specifically for Ellie. Had this been based on the first game, we could have possibly seen backpacks for both figures. I can't imagine that this will fit Joel the same as Ellie just because of the difference in their scale. That open slot there is perfect for Ellie's arrows. I managed to get 3 in there after some real effort. I don't know if you could possibly do all 4 though. And I really do like the posing that you can do with each of the weapons here. One of Ellie's hands is more designed to be holding onto the bow, and she also includes a hand that's designed to hold onto an arrow as though she's pulling it back. I think the figures are great overall. Like I said, those accessories are what sold me on the figures alone, and they will make a great addition to my collection of other action figures based from video games, fitting in really well with the Player Select line. Ellie looks really nice with her key details here and her inclusions, but the face likeness, it's a little disappointing for me. It just feels a little off. Joel is a really great figure whose likeness works really well for me. Those details are also really nice, and his accessories are also great inclusions. I would have preferred the design of Joel from part 1 personally, of course, but these two make for a nice pairing. Very satisfied with both figures, especially when you're comparing them to the value of other mainstream releases from the Marvel Legends line. They beat those figures in the details and accessories, and I'm always more interested in action figures from video games in general. If you enjoyed this look at a NECA Player Select 2-pack, then liking this video and subscribing does help to support this channel in making more videos like this. Thank you very much for watching.